Hey guys, in this video we're going to be going over how to mix house music. Now, house music is a really awesome beginner genre to be mixing. If you are new to DJing or you just want to practice, it is a super awesome genre to be using just for kind of practicing. And also there's some bangers in house, of course. So what I'm going to be going over is just generally how you can mix between tracks. What are some of the things to watch out for, some of the rules to make sure that you have honed in your mind so that you are mixing seamlessly and that you're transitioning easily. Now I am doing this on the DDJ-FLX10, but you don't have to have this board to do these mixing techniques. These are going to be very general techniques that work on pretty much every board. If you do have the FLX10, stick around to the end of the video where I show you some unique ways that you can mix with this board specifically. Alright, so let's get into it. I have two songs loaded up here. They're both house, both at 126 BPM. House ranges between 120 sometimes, but mostly 120 to 128. Can range from 120 to 130 though, but most of the time you're going to see a BPM like this. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, so that's how you do a house mix. Alright, so let's go over it one more time. I'm going to talk about everything that I did in order to show you exactly how you can do it yourself. So first of all, let's just skip back a bit. I had the song right at the beginning because most of the time you're not going to have hot cues set up. I do recommend you set them up about 6 beats before the drop if you want to do quick mixing. But for this one, it's not really going to matter. So I just press play here, have this one playing, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the drop hits, and once it gets close I'm going to start to tap my beat in, make sure that the volume's off. Once it hits, we're going to hold the cue, press play, and what we do here is we're going to grab the filter button, twist it all the way to the left, and twist the lows down, and then slowly start to bring this up. This is the way that I like to do it. I find a lot of success doing this. And so now here we're gonna twist the filter back, twist the lows back, lower the lows on the main song, twist the filter, allow it to come out, pull the volume down, and there we go. Now our other song is playing, we can pause this, and we can go grab another song. Alright, so let's go over a few more things that are really key to the transition process and how you can mix songs. First of all, your beats have to be matched. The BPM should be the same, and these red lines here should be matched up. For example, let me just put this over here and over here. You want your songs to be playing and looking like this. The reason being is because if it's not, it's just not going to mix. It just simply won't. With the FLX10, you can get around this, but I'll show you that a little bit later. But for all intents and purposes, you want to be matching your BPMs. Now, this rule doesn't always apply. You can mix different genre BPMs all over the place. It depends on where the drums are, because the drums is what's really going to throw you off. So first of all, make sure that you have your songs at the same BPM. That's very, very important. Now, there are key issues too. If you have your key, for example, like let's say a song is much slower and you want to mix it into a much faster song, make sure that your key is on 0 so that it's not sounding like the Chipmunks or sounding like some demonic version of your song, because that key is very important. It is key, if you will. All right, so let's go over a few tips and tricks that you can use when mixing house music, or really any music, honestly. So let's say we have a song here. We'll play this one. I'm going to use the beat loop function right when the beat hits right about here. Let's just expand it to right about there. Now that we have this gives us essentially a massive infinite buffer to mix our song. Let's say, you know, we don't know what song to play next. This here is your hero. Beat loop is an amazing tool. So let's go over to grab this one. Now we can do the same thing. Let's wait until it loops one more time, and then we'll tap this in. And we'll exit the beat loop, do the same filter trick. This time I'm not gonna do the lows, just to show you how much filter works on its own. Now, you can just use filter to filter it out. And there we go. That is how you can mix with a little bit more freedom using beat loop. And of course, I could do that on the same song here, beat loop it again, same thing. And then I could go and find another song if I wanted to, and mix that one in, and it would sound like, you know, there's no seams to it. All right, so now let's get into the interesting things you can do with the FLX10. This one's a really awesome board. It has these awesome active part selectors that you can use to mix way, way more interesting things together and create some very awesome symbiotic songs. So let's just jump back. Okay, so let's press play on this one, and let's grab this one, take out the vocals because I don't like them. That's what you can do with this. I'm gonna put it in right here. I'm actually gonna bring it all the way up, just take out the drums. And now we have that interesting layer over top, so you can hear it if I take this out. Pretty interesting. Now, let's just grab the beat loop for this one. And I'm gonna show you something really awesome. So I'm gonna grab just the drums here. And put the drums in with this one over here. And now I have the drums of this song just by simply using the filter, filtering the drums this way, and then filtering these drums back in. Now I can do the same thing with the, take out those drums. There you go. And so that's just some really interesting things you can do with the FLX10. Just scratching the surface, of course, with house music. And yeah, that is really awesome. I find that, you know, mixing with the filter and filtering out the specific parts, just using the drums. So you can have two songs playing at the same time using just the bass, as you saw, of this song and the full amount of this song. And then I just kind of use the drums and the filter to filter out those drums and filter these ones back in. And yeah, that is a super awesome functionality part of this board, and it is really, really fun to play. I highly recommend you experiment with mixing using this strategy. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and let me know in the comments if you want to see anything else done with this board specifically, or just in general, any questions or tutorials you'd like to see.